You got these young singers and musicians. They are so disappointed because they are so hungry and they are finding out that this is a joke. When musicians go play R&B,
then they want to get mad. Oh, y'all done turned on God. Oh, nah, it's not that. I've been playing with a live band for 4 years. I've been around drinking, smoking, all this stuff. It doesn't faze me. I'm still grounded in everything I was taught growing up. And I hate when people say, oh, I can't go against what I was brought up to. Like,
Trey, Trey,
are you going to say it or do I?
Trey, they drinking and smoking everywhere. If we want to talk about lifestyle.
You know, this is dope. I really like this take because I say this all the time. Like, yo, like there's this stigma and this stereotype that lives on church musicians all the time that they, you know, they think that if you're playing a secular gig or whatever, that all of a sudden you're evil and you're playing in the devil's playground, and you know you're in some, you know, you're in sin basically. You know what I'm saying? And it's sinful to do anything with your gift besides play at the local church, you know, that you are a part of. And you cannot do anything else, cannot wiggle those fingers anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? That's outside of the church. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that anywhere else but in this house. And so I always tell people that have that mentality, if you think that is true about all musicians, you don't know enough musicians. You need to go talk to some more musicians. And here's a prime example of a case study in what I'm talking about. He literally says like, hey, I go into all of these environments and I don't partake in that. That's not even my desire. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been a musician for 25 years of my life or more. Most of my life, I've been a musician. I've never smoked. I've never drank. I've never had a drop of alcohol in my system. Never have. And it's not because I'm so super duper spiritual. I just think it's dumb. You know, it's just me. I just think it's dumb. You drink something or smoke something that changes your brain chemistry. You can't remember what you did the night before because of the substance that you put in your body. I want to remember what I did every day of my life, and I want to have an account of what I did last night. And plus, I grew up around alcoholics, and I know I've seen the ugly with that, and I just didn't have a desire for that. So that said, like there are people, most musicians that I know, you know what I mean. Not saying that they don't drink or they don't smoke or they never have or whatever. Not talking about that, but most of the people I know, they are just living their lives. They're minding their business, working with their hands. You know what I'm saying? And giving God glory with their lives. You know what I'm saying? So to think that all musicians are like this, that's a fallacy.
I had a preacher to tell me one time, pretty much said like musicians playing in R&B clubs, you know, that can win you over. You can lose your soul, you know, playing that type of music, you know, get in your spirit, you know, make you do other things, whatever. And now that's true.
It is true. That can't happen.
That can happen. I don't disagree with him with that. But the thing about it is, it's all about where your mindset is. And that's the reason why the Bible says where your mind is, that's where you are. So I asked him, I said, well, where did you work all of your life? How many years did you put in this company? And he told me R.J. Reynolds. I said, okay, well, what do y'all make there? Cigarettes. I said, well, you worked there all them years. Were you ever influenced to smoke a cigarette? Ooh. No.
Come on, Warren.
So the thing about it is, it's all about where your mind is. You can work around cigarettes and never smoke. I can play R&B and never participate in all that stuff that R&B may have to offer.
Yes.
So it's all about where your mind is.
Yes.
So I don't see anything wrong with it.
Right.
I think, see, again, another standpoint where you need to talk to other musicians and kind of see what people's mentality and their mindset is. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody is on that energy. And even if you compare that to your own lifestyle or what have you, all of us, you know what I mean? Like Paul said it, like, you know what I mean? If you want to get away from all of the people in the world, you just got to go out in the world. You know, you can't get away from the sinners. You can't get away from all. There's people doing stuff everywhere. There are people in the church that like they're drinking and smoking in the church. You know what I'm saying? There's pastors that they'll be at the bar. There's that you know, so you can miss me with all of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's about the mentality of the person. You know what I'm saying? If that's in you, whether it's, you know, you have a genetic dispensation towards it, you have a cultural dispensation towards it, like, you know, like you end up locking in because you saw your father drinking or your mother drank or whatever the case may be. Those things end up being a part of your life. Those vices end up being introduced in your life for various different ways. All of us have those different issues or whatever, or had those, but that doesn't mean that, you know, just because I go play an R&B gig or I do a whatever thing or whatever, that doesn't mean that automatically I am I fell off into this whole area or whatever, because I know gospel artists. I know gospel artists and gospel producers and people that have produced some of your favorite songs that are alcoholics, that are drug addicts, that are partaking of things and doing things that you know what I'm saying, that you would, if you knew the truth behind all of it, uh, you know what I'm saying? Like I just heard a story the other day from like, I'm not gonna tell the name of the song because I don't want to mess up anybody who would watch, who loves that song as their favorite song. But he was talking about how like it was a really popular song that we sing in the church all the time. And he was like, yo, like I wrote that song while I was in jail on a drug charge. Can't make it up. You know what I'm saying? So like miss me with all of those things like that. Some of your favorite gospel artists, some of your favorite, musicians and people like that are like in gospel are doing some crazy stuff. So it's all about the mentality of the individual, the mindset, and that, you know what I'm saying? Not, just automatically because I'm at a club or because I'm playing for a top 40 corporate band, that means I'm drinking alcohol every night and I'm just living it up and I'm living like a heathen. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. Interesting conversation. I love to know your guys' thoughts. If you've been rocking with my content and you want to go beyond what YouTube allows, what social media allows, that's exactly why I created my Patreon. Over there, I break down the real side of music tech, business, how this industry actually works, the creative side. I'm talking exclusive podcasts with your favorite creators. And there's 3 ways that you can join. There's a support tier that starts at just $5 a month. That's for people who just want to support my work and get early access to the content that I create. The Creator Plus tier goes deeper into the tools, the workflows, the plugins, everything that I use to create and scale out my content. And then there's the Business Plus tier. This is where we talk strategy, monetization, ownership, all of the things that I do to make money, how I scaled a 7-figure company, how you can do it too, asking questions, all of the crazy things that you want to know about how to build a sustainable, real career in music. So if you're really ready to take this to the next level and grow your creative business this year, then please join me over there at Patreon. The link is down below. I'll talk to you guys over there. Let's get it.